Some mods in American Truck Simulator are just there for extra content, but some mods completely change the way ATS feels to drive. And after testing ATS version 1.59 for hours across long-haul routes, heavy cargo deliveries, winter roads, busy cities, mountain highways, and massive map combos, these are the mods I genuinely recommend the most right now. Not because they are trending, but because they solve real weaknesses in ATS and massively improve immersion. And honestly, once these mods are combined together correctly, ATS starts feeling less like a game and more like a living trucking simulator. Starting with the AI Traffic Pack by Jazzycat. This is probably one of the most important realism mods ever made for ATS. And the reason is simple. Vanilla ATS traffic feels too repetitive. After enough hours, you begin noticing the same traffic patterns, the same vehicles, the same road feeling everywhere. Eventually, the highways start feeling artificial. But Jazzycat completely changes that experience. The roads become filled with realistic SUVs, pickups, old American sedans, delivery vans, commercial vehicles, construction trucks, modern luxury cars, and regional traffic that actually feels believable for the United States. And this matters much more than people think, because traffic is something you constantly see during gameplay. Every single delivery depends on the world around you feeling alive. When you are driving through a city during sunset traffic, and you suddenly see realistic American vehicles all around you, the immersion changes immediately. The highways stop feeling empty, cities feel populated. Interstate driving becomes believable. And what I really like about this mod is that it does not feel exaggerated. Some traffic mods destroy performance or add unrealistic traffic variety everywhere. But Jazzycat still keeps that believable American highway feeling while massively increasing variety. And honestly, this is why I consider it essential. Now combine that with Coast to Coast. This is where ATS completely changes scale. And honestly, I think every ATS player should experience a nationwide map at least once. Because the moment you install Coast to Coast, ATS suddenly becomes huge. You stop thinking in terms of small regional deliveries. Instead, you begin planning actual cross-country hauls. Deliveries start feeling meaningful because you are driving across multiple states for hours. Night driving becomes immersive because you are spending real time on the road. And this is exactly why I recommend Coast to Coast, not just because it adds roads, but because it changes the feeling of trucking itself. Long-haul driving finally feels like long-haul trucking. Now, once you have massive roads and realistic traffic, the next thing ATS needs is atmosphere. And this is where Frosty Winter completely transforms the simulator. This mod changes the emotional mood of ATS more than almost any other weather mod. Normally, ATS feels warm, dry, and predictable, but Frosty Winter introduces snow-covered roads, cold lighting, foggy mornings, winter vegetation, dark winter evenings, and snowfall replacing rain. Suddenly, driving feels slower and more serious. You start respecting weather conditions more. Night driving becomes tense. Mountain roads feel dangerous. And honestly, winter driving in ATS becomes incredibly immersive with this mod installed, especially when combined with proper graphics and sound mods. This is why I recommend Frosty Winter so strongly, because it changes not only visuals, but also the atmosphere and emotional feeling of driving. Now let's talk about the Volvo VNL 2025 add-ons. This truck already feels like the future of American trucking and ATS. Modern dashboard, digital displays, aerodynamic design, premium cabin atmosphere. But these add-ons fix one major issue: customization freedom. Visibility improves dramatically. And honestly, the truck just feels more realistic during long drives. Then there is the Edge Black package. And this completely changes the personality of the Volvo. Blacked-out mirrors, black handles, dark trim, stealth styling. Side skirt bars are another feature I strongly recommend, because removing them gives the truck a much more aggressive appearance. The chassis becomes visible, wheel setups stand out more, heavy haul builds look tougher, And honestly, oversized cargo setups look significantly better with this configuration, which leads directly into the Overweight Trailers and Cargo Pack by Jazzycat. This mod changes gameplay itself, and that is exactly why I recommend it. Normally, ATS cargo can start feeling repetitive after enough hours, but oversized cargo completely changes how you drive. Turning becomes harder, braking becomes important, mountain roads become stressful, traffic management matters more, and suddenly every delivery requires actual attention. This is especially incredible during winter weather or narrow highways because you genuinely start feeling responsible for controlling massive heavy equipment. And honestly, this is where ATS becomes a true simulator. Now pair all of this with the Volvo VNL 2025 Improved Engine Sound mod. This is one of the most underrated immersion mods available right now. This mod gives the VNL deeper engine tones, better turbo sounds, more realistic engine brakes, improved transmission feel, and a far more immersive cabin experience. And once you start driving with headphones, the difference becomes massive. The truck suddenly feels alive. Now visually, Trees Improved is another mod I strongly recommend, and many players underestimate this mod at first, because trees and vegetation are everywhere in ATS. If vegetation looks flat or repetitive, the environment immediately loses realism. But Trees Improved makes forests feel denser, cleaner, and significantly more believable. And this matters a lot in Washington, Oregon, Alaska, mountain highways, and forest routes. The environment suddenly feels modern, especially during foggy weather or sunrise drives. Now combine that with Weather 4K. This mod dramatically improves cloud textures, lighting, storms, sunsets, rain atmosphere, and overall sky quality. And honestly, this mod makes ATS look beautiful, especially during long, scenic drives. Some sunsets genuinely feel cinematic with this installed, and together with Frosty winter, the atmosphere becomes incredible. Now, another essential realism improvement, SCS Traffic Density. This mod fixes one of the oldest ATS immersion problems, roads feeling too empty. American highways are busy in real life, and this mod recreates that feeling properly. Combined with Jazzycat traffic, highways suddenly become active and believable. Rush hour traffic feels realistic, cities feel alive, interstates become crowded, lane changes require planning. And honestly, this dramatically improves immersion because trucking finally feels connected to a living world instead of empty roads. And finally, Alaska North to the future. This is one of the most atmospheric ATS map mods ever created, and the reason I recommend it so strongly is because it completely changes the mood of ATS. The roads feel isolated. The weather feels dangerous. The scenery feels massive. The highways feel lonely. And honestly, Alaska driving feels like an entirely different simulator sometimes, especially during winter nights, snowstorms, mountain drives, and long isolated hauls. Combined with Frosty winter, improved sounds, realistic traffic, and Weather 4K, the experience becomes unbelievably immersive. And this is exactly why I recommend these mods together, because every mod solves a specific weakness in ATS. Traffic becomes believable, maps become massive, weather becomes atmospheric, trucks become immersive, cargo becomes challenging, roads become alive, and driving finally feels meaningful. And honestly, this is probably the best ATS has ever felt for immersion and long-haul trucking realism.